in the online conspiracy theory circles today is the Great Reset, and it seems to draw in a lot of polarizing views from just about everyone. And considering the Great Reset is aiming to change the economic future of our planet and the way that we use money, I thought it was only appropriate that we cover it on this channel. But what is the Great Reset exactly? Over the last couple of years, the Great Reset has been called many things. Some people believe that the slogan of "you'll own nothing and be happy" means that we're going to be plunged into an authoritarian world where our governments and the large companies will control everything. And on one end of the spectrum, it's being called a force for good, that is an initiative to help make the world a greener and a fairer place for all of us to live on, and to change the way that we approach capitalism. On the other side of the spectrum, there are people that believe that this is just a front of the evil lizard people trying to take over the world.
That doesn't make sense.
But what is the truth? There is one philosophy that I seem to follow whenever there are extreme or polarizing views about a single topic, or there's a vast difference in the types of theories around this topic. Generally, whenever there are the most polarizing or extreme views on the topic, more often than not, I find that these theories just aren't true. In my experience, the truth oftentimes lies somewhere in the middle, but I am going to admit that in this video, I'm not actually going to talk so much about the Great Reset, but I am going to be talking about who is behind this and who might be truly benefiting from the narrative being sold to us about this potentially world-changing plan. So let's talk about it and what their motives might actually be. So with that out of the way, if you just drop a nice click like, let's get straight into the video. And so here we are, the one thing that I believe everybody should know about the Great Reset, and that is knowing that the WEF, or the World Economic Forum, is the great power behind all of this. But what is the WEF? Let's ask them directly. According to their website, the World Economic Forum is the international organization for public-private cooperation. The forum engages the foremost political, business, cultural, and other leaders of society to shape global, regional, and industry agendas. To me, that sounds pretty vague, but let's talk about the next few lines that I mentioned as the description of the WEF. It is independent, impartial, and not tied to any specific interests. The forum strives in all its efforts to demonstrate entrepreneurship in the global public interest while upholding the highest standard of governance. Moral and intellectual integrity is at the heart of everything it does. To me, this sounds amazing. You can't really argue with independent, impartial, or not being tied to any special interests. And I love that moral integrity is one of their main tenets. I love to believe that people are doing things for the right reasons and coming from a place of good to help uplift the world. So this honestly sounds really great. But I just want to play devil's advocate and show you why it might be beneficial to dig a little bit deeper to find out the background of the organization that is going to be potentially shaping the future that we live in. To find out if there is a trail that leads us directly to the people that might be actually benefiting from the story that they're trying to sell us. So let's do that. One thing that I'm sure we can all agree on is that the WEF has tremendous amounts of power, and we seem to see their messages just about everywhere. They have celebrities such as Prince Charles, Leonardo DiCaprio, Bono as their spokespeople, and they seem to have a never-ending supply of money that is there to advertise their agendas. So where is this money and power all coming from? This might be where the issue lies with the WEF. According to both Wikipedia and the WEF themselves, the World Economic Forum is primarily funded by its 1,000 member companies. You can find a list of companies on their website, and the members are made up of just about every single massive company that you can think of. Facebook, Goldman Sachs, Walmart, you name it. So the WEF has paying members, and generally when you are part of an organization or a club, what is it that these members get? If you're part of a golf club, the membership fees are there to help with the groundskeeping, the maintenance, and the improvement of the golf course. If you are part of a hiking club, the money might be used in order to maintain the hiking trails themselves, to organize the group activities, and so on. Your membership fees don't go towards your club doing something for the benefit of others. Almost always, membership fees go towards action that benefit the club members. In this case, the members of WEF are some of the most powerful, most profitable companies in the entire world. Companies that you've definitely heard of. Companies like Amazon that put such stringent delivery requirements on its drivers, they're dehumanized to the point that they've been known to urinate in bottles instead of taking bathroom breaks. Companies like Nestle, who have openly admitted to slavery in their supply chain and can't give guarantees to customers that no slavery was used in the making of their chocolate. Weapons manufacturers like Bay Systems, who have sold billions in arms around the world, including to nations like Saudi Arabia, who have used those weapons to kill thousands of innocent civilians in Yemen. Companies like Apple, who want you to believe they're being environmentally friendly and care about the planet because they recycled materials in their products. Yet at the same time, they have suppliers who have put nets on their buildings to stop employees jumping to their deaths. And oil companies like Chevron, who have been accused of knowingly lying to the public multiple times about the damage they're doing to our planet and for many human rights abuses. These are just a few of the 1,000 companies that fund the WEF, and you can find the extensive list of all of these companies on the WEF website. And as I said, their members make up some of the biggest and most powerful companies on the planet. Companies that seem to care about the profit above all else. Companies that are complicit in the destruction of our planet as long as they make a few extra bucks. And many companies that see people as commodities rather than souls that deserve respect. Now, the WEF wants you to believe that the member money that is being paid to the WEF is not there to benefit the members directly, but more so to help uplift our planet and ensure that the right great change is made for the planet. And again, remember, on their website, they state that they take action that is independent, impartial, and not tied to any special interests. But now that you are aware of some of the companies that are funding the WEF, do you really believe that their actions are completely independent and impartial? And here we are, the one thing that I believe everybody should keep in mind whenever they hear the messages coming from the WEF. On the one hand, the WEF tells us that they are impartial and a group designed in order to be independent, impartial, and not tied to any specific agenda. In reality, though, it appears that the World Economic Forum is nothing more than this: a lobbying organization funded by some of the most powerful companies on the entire planet. Whenever companies lobby governments or the public directly through special interest groups, it is more often than not there to benefit the companies themselves. History has shown us that companies lobby to get laws written and passed that is going to assist the companies to do the business that they want to be doing. They use PR in order to mold the public's image of themselves, make them look really, really good, whilst they're deflecting us and our view and attention from the really bad things that they are doing in their company practices. And they lobby so that they can create an environment for themselves that is going to help them do the one thing that they seem to only care about, which is to make more profit. Generally speaking, whenever there are large companies behind a public relations campaign, it is therefore profit. And let's be honest, the WEF, the World Economic Forum, seems to be nothing more than the biggest economic public relations campaign that the world has ever seen. Now again, I would really love to have faith in the intentions of the WEF's messages and their actions, and hoping that they're not there to just benefit and increase the profits of their members. But basically, every other instance in human history has shown us that whenever there is lots of money put into selling a specific message to the general public, it is not there to benefit the people, it is there to benefit the companies. We've seen this with greenwashing. We see it when oil companies destroy our environment for financial gain while making us believe they care about the environment. We've seen it when companies like Volkswagen have lied through their teeth about their emissions to make more profit until the very last moment when they get caught. And by the way, yes, Volkswagen is also a paying member of the World Economic Forum. These companies say that they really want to do good for the planet, for the people, and they are companies that are trying to improve and do good, but the company's actions seem to be showing us a very different story. Companies who have a history of lying in order to increase their profits. The exact same companies that are there to sponsor and fund the WEF messages. Now, I like to have faith in humanity. I like to believe that humans, we are inherently good and that we want to help each other out. We do want to uplift the world, and that money isn't the primary driver of everything that we do. But unfortunately, in reality, it seems that major greed is behind every major action that is shaping our world that we live in today. Recently, I posted a video called "The Company That Owns the World," which was all about following the money to see who is really behind the ownership of banking and the world in general. And in this video, I am aiming to do the same thing. I would love for you to follow the money trail to see who is behind these messages that are being sold to us on a daily basis. And in this case, we have a single organization that is here trying to dictate how the future economic landscape is going to look on our planet. And this organization, the WEF, is being funded by some of the biggest, most powerful, and oftentimes not well-intentioned companies. I imagine Imagine it like this. The World Economic Forum is the world's most luxurious and private golf club, and only the most powerful and largest companies in the world can afford to be part of this club. Our planet is the golf course, and the WEF maintains this golf course in order for its members to play on. They want the golf course to be better for its members, and so they shape the rules and the environment of the course in order to suit them. Unfortunately for us, we're not the members. If what I've illustrated here is the truth, the World Economic Forum is groundskeeping our Earth to ensure that the companies that are members are there benefiting as much as possible and have the best environment for them to do business on. And it is not there to benefit us. It reminds me of the immortal words of the late George Carlin. So again, whenever you are hearing any type of PR campaigns, especially ones that will be shaping the economic future that we will be living on and impact us greatly, because whether we like it or not, money does currently rule the world, it really is important to keep an eye on where the money is actually coming from. It'll probably give you a good idea of what their true intentions are. If this video blew your mind, or if there's something that you think is important for other people to know, please do like and spread this message around. Share it on your social media, throw it up on your Insta stories, on your Facebook, wherever you are. I think it's important that the world knows.